Now the question asks us to find the following limit. So, well, if I plug in 3, substitute 3, see what happens. You get 1 divided by 3 minus 3, open parenthesis, 1 over square root of 3 plus 1 minus a half, which ends up with 1 over 0 times 1 over 2 minus 1 over 2. So you have 1 over 0 times 0 again. You end up with 0 over 0 or indeterminate form. The moment you see indeterminate form, you're going to simplify whatever you have out there. So let's see. We're going to simplify this as much as we can. But how? We're going to take common denominator between these two. So this becomes the limit of 1 divided by x minus 3, open parenthesis. The common denominator is 2 times square root of x plus 1. So you have 2 divided by square root of x plus 1 times 2 minus square root of x plus 1 divided by 2 times square root of x plus 1. So you have the common denominator. Now you're going to combine the numerators. And note that x goes to 3. So this guy becomes the limit of 1 over x minus 3, 2 minus square root of x plus 1 divided by, and the common denominator, 2 times square root of x plus 1. Very good. So now what? Here you have the quantity created here, and you need to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of the numerator. So now multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of the numerator, which is 2 plus square root of x plus 1. So let's see. Here we have the limit 1 over x minus 3 multiplied by 2 minus square root of x plus 1 divided by 2 times square root of x plus 1, and we're going to multiply everything by the conjugate. So I'm going to use a different color. 2 plus square root of x plus 1 divided by 2 plus square root of x plus 1. And we're taking the limit as x goes to 3. Very good. So let's do the simplification for the numerator first. This guy is equal to the limit. Here you have 2 multiplied by 2, which is 4, minus the square root multiplied together, and you end up with x plus 1. And on the denominator, you have x minus 3 times. So here you can just type this down. 2 plus square root of x plus 1. Okay. Just note that when you distribute this negative sign into parentheses, this guy becomes 4 minus x minus 1, or you get 3 minus x divided by x minus 3 times 2 times square root of x plus 1 times 2 plus square root of x plus 1, as x goes to 3. Well, here if you factor out a negative sign, you end up with negative x minus 3. And you can easily cancel out the common factors. And then easily substitute 3, and you're going to have the limit of negative 1 divided by 2 times square root of x plus 1, 2 plus square root of x plus 1, as x goes to 3. So this guy becomes negative 1 divided by 2 times square root of 4, 2 plus square root of 4. Well, the rest is just pure algebra. Let me move this up a little bit. negative 1 divided by 2 times 2, and here you have 2 plus 2, which is 4, or negative 1 divided by 16. So the limit here is equal to negative 1 divided by 16. So a quick note for you, for those of you who are wondering how the multiplication here to minus square root of x plus 1 times 2 plus square root of x plus 1 became 4 minus x plus 1, you can do the distribution, or since these two have the opposite signs with the exact same expressions, you can just follow the formula. But here, if you do the distribution, this is 4 plus 2 times square root of x plus 1, then do the distribution. For the second term here, minus 2 square root of x plus 1, and then here you have negative square root of x plus 1 times square root of x plus 1. So obviously these two terms are opposite of each other. They get cancelled out. You're left with 4 minus. You have the square root of x plus 1 multiplied by itself, so you can get rid of the square root because it is square root of x plus 1 to the second power of 4 minus x plus 1, 2 and the square root, they get cancelled out, and you're left with 4 minus x plus 1, which is going to be right here.